What is going on, Vamps fans? LarkBoy04 here with my live report on the Vamps Los Angeles show on December 4th, 2013 at the House of Blues, Los Angeles. I have to say November was a crazy month for me, and everything that kind of led up to December 4th was absolutely insane. A lot of you guys know and have been asking me to go into details about it, but unfortunately, out of the respect of Hyde and K.A.Z and Universal, I cannot talk too much about the interview. But don't worry, all the important stuff is already in the text interview, so you guys are honestly not missing out on that much. Here's what I can say though. I kind of went a little overboard with the whole, I'm such a big fan, I've been a fan for 10 years, you guys are so amazing, you guys are awesome. I pretty much sprinkle a lot of that throughout the whole interview process, so I felt really bad. Hyde actually teased me a lot. I don't know if you guys remember that part of the interview where I was like, please play Memories, please. And Hyde was like, maybe, we'll see about it. We'll think about it. This man is trolling me right now. This man is teasing me right now because prior to that question, he said, Vamps doesn't really change their set list because it's pretty much purely based on a Sex Blood Rock and Roll album. So that means they have to play all their songs from the Sex Blood Rock and Roll album, right? So I was like, he's gonna play it. He's just lying to me. But after the interview, when I was just like rushing, packing my bags, just throwing the mic in my backpack, just shutting down my laptop. I was just ready to get out of there. And during that whole adrenaline of packing up, Hyde was actually checking his iPhone. And he said something about Memories. You know, I heard it, but I wasn't able to understand it because he was speaking in Japanese. It wasn't until I got out of the room and into the elevator that one of my teammates, who actually understands Japanese, told me, dude, it sounded like he was very serious that Memories was not on the set list. And I was like, what? No, he's lying. He was gonna play Memories. I didn't do anything. And she was like, no, he looked like he was having a hard time trying to swap out a song for your song. I was like, oh no. And throughout the entire drive back to work, I felt really bad. I was like, I hope I really didn't make him change his set list because of me. After hearing what happened in New York, like the set list, it got me thinking again. I was like, oh, maybe I got him to change his set list because normally New York, curse you guys always get the best set list. Yeah, they get the best set list. They got Hello and Season's Call and Memories, and LA didn't get any of that. Not even Evanescent. That was crazy. I was just like, why did LA didn't get any of those cool songs? Now I heard they didn't play Memories in New York, but they played Replay and Secret in My Heart instead. I was like, oh, could I possibly have changed the set list? I was like, oh man, I felt really bad. Do I? I'm just messing with you guys. But I still think he was going to play Memories. I still think he was gonna play Memories. He's just teasing me. So the next day I woke up late, not because I couldn't sleep after the interview with Hyde and K.A.Z, but because after their interview I had to go somewhere else to work. So when I got home around like 12 a.m, I had to upload the footages and quickly edit the interview and throw it up for you guys. I was really tired. I got to House of Blues around 1:30 and I didn't really see anyone I know. So I kind of went back to my car and took a nap for an hour. Then some of you guys on Twitter were just like, what are you doing, LarkBoy04? Get your butt up and go talk to the fans. But eventually, well not eventually, like I said, I took a small nap for an hour and I went out at 2:30 to meet up with some friends. And I felt really bad because I was like really quiet. They're trying to talk to me, they're really energetic, they're ready to see Vamps, they're just so happy and they're just talking to me and I'm just like, and I felt really bad. I'm sorry guys, I'm normally not like this, I'm very talkative, I'm very energetic, but I'm just really tired right now. And you guys will see that in the part 2 of the interview. In the part 2 of the interview, I was just kind of really quiet. I wasn't like shouting and yelling. But in the first part, which you guys probably already saw, you know, you saw me like going absolutely insane. It wasn't until after I started doing the fan interviews that I started getting really pumped, very energetic about it. So yeah, you guys haven't checked it out yet, be sure to click it right there. So came 6:30, meet and greet time. I was actually more scared than nervous because I was just like, I don't know if Vamps wants to see me again, especially my whole fangirl charade. When we got inside, I pushed my friends. I was like, just, you guys go ahead. You guys go first. I'll go last. I'll go last. So it's my turn. I went to K.A.Z. and he kind of did this. He kind of chuckled. He kind of chuckled because he recognized me. He instantly recognized me. And I shook his hand. I was like, yes, it's me again. I'm sorry. And I scoot over to Hyde. And Hyde, he also looked startled too. And then he stuck out his hand. So I went in for that shake. And he said something in Japanese, which I couldn't catch at first. So I held onto his hand a little longer and pulled in and said, what was that? And he said, Koko ni? So I was like, yes, yes, again, I'm so sorry. And I bolted out the door. I was just like, oh, this is so embarrassing. But I'm very happy that they recognized me though, so. Fast forward to the show, Living Dead Lights went on. They opened up the show. They were really good. Sid, on the other hand, we weren't his demographic for his music because he mainly played like electronic stuff, EDM. But the cool thing that he did was that he sampled Sex Blood Rock and Roll, the Sex Blood Rock and Roll. So that was cool. That really got the crowd riled up. So yeah. And now it's time for Vamps. The setlist was mainly off their Sex Blood Rock and Roll album, with the exception of Ahead, Midnight Celebration, and Trouble. And during Midnight Celebration, there was this Japanese fan who tried to crowd surf, but unfortunately failed because no one helped got him up. I think it's because here in America, at least here in America, Vamp shows, we're not used to the whole crowd surfing thing like they are in Japan. So not a lot of us were prepared to, you know, heap someone up. But had that Japanese fan came up to me, I would have boosted him up, man. I would have been like, here you go. I'm not sure if the people in the back would have kept him up though, but I would have gotten him up. And yes, they did play Memories. A lot of my friends quickly turned around and looked at me and they're like, they're playing your song, they're playing your song. And I was like, yes, they're playing Memories, they're playing Memories. One song that I was surprised that they didn't play was Replay, because that was a single that actually made it out to the international market because of the game Dark Labyrinth. So for them not to play it was kind of weird. Another thing that was weird was how out of place Sweet Dreams was. It came after Revolution 2 and before Love a Dig. And you guys know how emotional Sweet Dreams is, right? For someone to recover from such an emotional song to a catchy, headbanging music like Love a Dig, it's kind of hard. Speaking of Revolution 2, I'm so glad they played this version over the original version, because if you recall from my album review, I mentioned that I did enjoy the remix version a lot more. Since it was Vamps, I was very confident that they would put on a great show. Everyone was energetic, even K.A.Z. Back in 2009 and 2010, when I brought a friend along with me to go see the Vamp shows, I remember he told me the guitarist always looked bored, and during the live viewing last July, my cousin told me the same thing. He was like, I don't think K.A.Z really enjoys himself on stage. So for this particular live, I paid more attention to K.A.Z, and to my surprise, he was smiling the whole time, especially whenever he looked at the crowd. He was just smiling while playing his guitar, so that made me feel really good. Hyde didn't really MC that much during this show. It was actually very short. All he said was, have you guys been good, and are you guys having fun? And of course the classic Hyde response was, me too! There was a new MC for Hunting. He said, I'm so hungry, who shall I eat? Where's my lamb? There was no ending MC from what I remember. All he said was, I'll be back after the last song, which, believe it or not, gave me a lot of reassurance. As you guys know, the turnout wasn't that great, the tickets didn't sell out. So for Hyde to say, I'll be back, I felt really relieved, and I really can't wait for the next show. This is by far my most favorite Vamps live, simply because I got to share it with more friends this time around. The first two Vamps live I went with one other friend, so I kind of regret not talking to more fans back then, because talking to you guys is a lot of fun, and it definitely made it a lot more special. To conclude my live report, I just want to say thank you guys for watching all the way through, and thank you guys for your support. A lot of you guys were happy for me, and you guys were glad that I asked really good questions. And I'd like to thank a few friends of mine. They were the ones who helped me come up with some questions, helped me refine some of the questions for Hyde and K.A.Z, especially Heather from Vamps American Street Team. Thank you so much for helping me out. I also hope Vamps and their management realize I asked some really good questions. So if you guys really enjoy that interview, be sure to write on their wall, letting them know that you want more interviews with Kawaii Kakoi Sugoi. And if I do get another interview with them, I'll be sure to ask some of you guys new questions. Lastly, I actually got this question a lot, and it's a pretty weird question. Did I cry after the interview? Really weird question, right? But actually, a couple of days ago, I did get very emotional. I was on my way to work, and I was listening to a hit in my car, and everything just kind of hit me at once. That I interviewed Vamps, that their show was over, and a lot of my friends came and visit, and I was just like getting really teary eyes. I was just like, oh my god, this can't be happening. I'm crying to a head. But yeah, that sudden realization that so much good things has happened, that it just finally hit me. I guess what triggered that emotion was the lyrics. It was the part where it was like, no regrets, everything I'm craving, all the things I want to do. And I guess at that point, that's when the song really like spoke to me. Like, always go out and do the things that you want to do and just pursue it. And that honestly what got me to that interview with Vamps, and I'm glad it happened. Yeah, thank you guys so much. That's it for now, and I'll see you guys in my next video. What's a Vamps? Are you like some sort of hot vampire chicks performing tonight? They're laughing, it's good. I'm more positive about things now.
No, hot vampire men.
There's 2 guys.
What? I know you guys would go gay for Hyde.
Yeah. Too much.
Knew it! I knew it! Back off, bitches. He's mine. At the Duran Gray show last week, I said Vamps was the best band ever, and I got a black eye. That's why I'm wearing my glasses right now. Why weren't you guys there to defend me?